This is the AI News Flash for May 17th, 8 a.m. UTC. First up, NRG Energy's new CEO Robert Gaudette, who took over at the end of April, unveiled a two-pillar AI-era growth strategy in a Fortune interview. The first pillar is Bring Your Own Power, building gas-fired plants dedicated to hyperscaler AI data centers. The second is virtual power plants, using demand response technology to optimize grid efficiency. The strategy targets the power bottleneck created by the $725 billion hyperscaler capex boom in 2026. NRG partnered with GE Vernova and Kiewit to develop 5.4 gigawatts of gas-fired capacity, enough to power 4 million homes. The company closed a roughly $10 billion acquisition of 18 natural gas plants from LS Power in early 2026. About 1.5 gigawatts of new plants are under construction around Houston. The virtual power plant business smashed 2025 targets, hitting 200 megawatts against a 20 megawatt goal, with over 1 gigawatt of battery storage planned.
NRG stock rose nearly 60% over 24 months but declined 20% in 2026, with a market cap around $27 billion. CEO Gaudette said, "We've barely started the first inning from a VPP perspective, emphasizing the opportunity to mobilize the power of the consumer." This joins Microsoft's 3 Mile Island restart, Meta's 20-year Constellation nuclear deal, and Amazon's X-Energy partnership as defining AI data center power strategies. The era of fundamentally transformed utilities is here. Second up, two of America's largest utilities, NextEra Energy and Dominion Energy, are reportedly in merger talks that would create one of the country's largest electricity providers. The strategic rationale targets explosive AI data center power demand as the biggest business opportunity. Dominion's regulated networks in Virginia and the Carolinas would extend NextEra's Florida-centered footprint. The combined entity would rank alongside Duke Energy and Southern Company in scale. NextEra reported a Q1 2026 earnings beat with a record renewables backlog.
Key advantages include access to high-growth regions tied to AI infrastructure and electrification demand, plus deployment of NextEra's project pipeline across a wider grid. Both companies operate regulated utilities serving residential, commercial, industrial, and data center customers. Risks include higher treasury yields straining rate-sensitive utilities, interest coverage and dividend sustainability concerns, plus complex regulatory approval across multiple states and the federal level. Markets are watching financing structure closely. Virginia hosts America's largest concentration of AI data center capacity, making Dominion's customer base strategically valuable. The $725 billion hyperscaler capex boom is driving structural restructuring across the entire utility industry. This M&A signals fundamental shifts in capital allocation within the U.S. GDP power sector. Investors are watching formal deal terms and regulatory responses in Florida, Virginia, and the Carolinas as the most critical signals. Third up, AI agents face serious trust issues in high-risk industrial sectors. Chinese experts warned in South China Morning Post. Healthcare and aerospace were specifically named as too high risk for fully autonomous AI agent deployment. The core challenge is that large language models lack industry-specific data and expertise from training. Building sufficient domain expertise, not just technical capability, is the biggest barrier. This comes as China's AI Plus strategy pushes aggressive 70% adoption by 2027 and 90% by 2030. IDC Senior Research Manager Du Yanze stated in the future, 90% of an AI agent's value will come from industrial expertise, delivering a core message. Medea Group CISO Liu Xiangyang argued upper-layer software will be entirely replaced by agents that understand business logic and execute workflows. A practical example, AI agents could compress supply chain order delivery from 2 hours to several minutes through automated analysis, planning, and risk assessment. Implementation potential is clear in measurable domains. The warning carries weight under China's aggressive AI adoption targets that critical sectors require greater caution before full autonomous deployment. Medical diagnosis and aerospace control involve life or death judgment requiring human oversight. An industry consensus as NVIDIA AI factory production and enterprise AI agent ROI validation enter full phase, industry-specific AI model development will determine winners. This shapes a decisive moment in U.S.-China AI governance framework formation. Fourth up, a Bernstein sector report counters market pessimism, arguing AI primarily acts as a powerful productivity force, not a job destroyer. Historical U.S. data shows productivity-employment correlation reaches 80% annually and 100% over 10 years. McKinsey projects 30% of work hours across Europe and the U.S. will be automated, but employment will shift toward augmentation-prone roles, not disappear. The report challenges widespread mass displacement fears as overblown reactions. Adecco, a major staffing firm, found AI integration accounted for only 1.4% of corporate layoffs, providing evidence against mass replacement narratives. Sector impact varies significantly. Data and customer-intensive firms face high vulnerability from automated translation and customer service pricing pressure. Blue-collar temporary staffing and physical testing companies show structural immunity due to manual work requirements. The pattern mirrors past technological disruptions. This contrasts sharply with cumulative AI-related layoffs exceeding 156,000 at Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, Salesforce, and Cloudflare. The debate between white-collar AI replacement risk and Bernstein's structural employment stability thesis is market's biggest argument. AI jobs policy is the largest economic issue heading into the 2026 midterm elections. Institutional investors weighing AI stock allocation and labor economists are watching this analysis closely. That's all for this AI News Flash.